Hi. Hi, Linda. Hi, Miss Vicky. Hi, Brett. What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? I'm trying to get this even. As even as it's going to get, I guess. I can never, because this camera is opposite of everything, is so weird. I never know what side I'm doing things on. I got another friend to tune in on Facebook. Fantastic. I'm doing great, Ennis. How are you? Hey, Terry. What's going on? Hey, Cheryl. Hey. I made it. I made it today. How you doing, Vanita? I made it today, fam. I made it today. Plus, I actually got a good night's sleep. Hey, Miss Kim. I actually had a good night's sleep, so that's why I didn't come on yesterday, because I only had 2 hours of sleep. And y'all know. Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, GMA. Y'all know I can't function right when I don't have no sleep. So had a very good 7 hours. So we going. Hey, Shivani. I haven't had a chance to read your message yet, but I'll read it when we get off the live. Faux show. So please do me a favor and share the live. I'm also going to share it myself with a few folks. Let's get this out to some people. I have been very, very busy putting myself in a position to be blessed. I know a lot of y'all don't understand how blessings work, right? A lot of y'all don't understand how that works. In order for you to be blessed, you have to be prepared to be blessed. Okay? That means you got to have all your ducks in a row. You are just waiting for the opportunity. Everything is ready to go, but you're waiting for the blessing to show up. And you are faithful. You do not doubt that it is coming. So I always stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. Okay? Because there is something that I want, something that is on my heart to do, and I don't know how it's going to be done, but I am putting myself in the position to make it happen. I never ask how it's going to be done. I just know it's going to be done. Okay? That's what real faith looks like. A lot of y'all be freaking the fuck out. Like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm either you have faith or you do not. Okay? There is something on my heart to do, and I am determined to get it done. Y'all want to know what it is? Do y'all want to know what it is? Let me know if you want to know now. I'll let you in on the secret. It ain't no happy birthday wish, and I gotta keep it to myself and that kind of thing. If y'all want to know, I'll tell you. I want to sell my supplements for the lowest possible price. I want to sell my supplements because y'all know my supplements are the bomb. But I want to sell them for the lowest possible price so that more people can afford to stay on the right supplements. Okay? That's the ultimate goal. And in order for me to do that, I have to create another stream of income so that I can take those prices down to damn near wholesale. So I have to create another stream of income in order to cover what I'm trying to do. That was the whole thing with the social casino, was to create another stream of income so that I could really use that money to focus on what I know my destiny is, and that is helping people to get healthy. You got to spend money to make money, you know, but also you have to spend money to do the things that you know you're put here to do. Even though, you know, you may feel like, oh, this is my path, this is my purpose. Sometimes your purpose costs money. I know that this is my purpose, but it costs money. It costs money to create products. It costs money to manufacture stuff. It costs money to do what I do. So I need something else that's going to fund my passion. Health and wellness is my passion. I could talk about health and wellness all day, every day with my eyes closed. Okay. But that social casino thing is going to, that's not something that I'm passionate about, but it's something that I know is going to provide some fun. I know that it's going to entertain some people and help people that like to go play the slots or whatever, do it in their house and not be out here in these increasingly dangerous streets every damn day. Because y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I pay attention to how the climate is. Okay. Instead of me having to sell my products for $39.99, I want to sell them for $19.99. That's what I want to do. I don't want you to get 3 products for $100. I want you to get 3 products for $60. Because the lower I can make my products, the more people I'm going to be able to help. And that's the ultimate goal, is to, because once you start on supplements, you have to stay on the supplement, because it's just going to provide a nurturing environment for your body to heal itself, if that makes sense. Okay. Your body's not going to be able to heal itself if it's battling inflammation every day. You know, it's not going to be able to heal itself if it doesn't have the right minerals and nutrients. It's just not. So my ultimate goal is to make sure you guys have what it is that you need to heal. That ain't free, unfortunately. I was reading about a lady today who started a driving pickup service for women only. She said it's already grown. That's fantastic. I would love to have some women only spaces. Like, I would love it if there were more nightclubs for women only. Or even day parties, like day club. That, can you imagine? Because RuPaul said this one day, that he wanted to throw daytime, like a discotheque. You wouldn't even know it was daytime once you went inside. And no phones are allowed. You come in, you dance until you sweat, and then you leave, and it's in the early hours. So it'd be something like a 2 to 9 or some shit. When you get home, you can get home before dark. And I was like, sign me up for that. Hi, Sandra. Sign me up for that. Just go and dance and sweat and take your shoes off and dance to some house music or some old school. You know, that would be fun. I would love to do stuff like that. But you know, that stuff costs money. Everything costs money, right? You think you're dealing with major inflammation now? It's always on my mind. You have to stop thinking about it, Shivani. You're going to make yourself worse. Whatever it is that you concentrate on is what is going to come into your life. So I'm definitely going to be hitting you up after this live, okay? But you cannot focus on that stuff. You have to, I know that you're going through some medical issues right now, but you cannot focus on that. You cannot. You're going to have to find something else to do. Because that ain't going to do nothing but make your inflammation worse. And we do not want that. Okay? So let's get into it. Put your blood type in the comments. We're going to get all 4 blood types. So let's get into it because I have to go make me some dinner today. I took out a salmon, so I need to cook that when I get off the live. Okay? If any of you are dealing with high blood pressure, please put it in the comments. Put it in the comments if you are dealing with high blood pressure. We're going to cover that first. Where did you send me the message at, girl? Shivani, I'm looking for your message and I don't see it. I hate this mailbox. I literally saw your message come up on my screen and now I don't. Here it is. Oh, what the hell? I found it. If you're dealing with high blood pressure, let me tell you what the problem is, okay? The problem is sugar. Hi, good evening. Hi, everybody. You're welcome. After taking the beets, your blood pressure has went way down. I'm telling you. Which ones did you take? You're taking the beetroot capsules or are you taking the powder? Which one are you taking? I take the beetroot capsules. But this is a beetroot powder for those of you that like the taste of beets. I'm not a person that likes the taste of beets, even though I blended some up the other day. Hey, Miss Gloria, I'm also AB negative. I juiced some beets the other day and mixed it in with my fruit. I don't care what you mix beets in with, you always gonna taste the beets, don't you? You can mix beets up with anything and you are always gonna taste the beets. So yeah, so if you guys don't have beetroot, if you are dealing with high blood pressure, you need to get on beets first and foremost. Okay. So we have 3 different beet products. We have the beetroot powder, and then we have 2. We have ultra beets, and then we have beetroot capsules. You love the taste of beets? I would eat some like pickled beets back in the day, but regular beets taste like dirt. I wish I could get past it. Like I be trying to psych myself up to eat some roasted beets because I be seeing recipes and stuff all the time, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I would want to mix the beets, roast some beets and carrots together, but I'm afraid I won't like it. Then I just wasted my time. I'll be mad. But anyway, I do take my beetroot capsules every day. Another really fantastic product for high blood pressure is our Nitro Flow. Because what both of those products do is they dilate your arteries and veins. Okay. So let me tell you why your blood pressure is high. Okay. Anytime you eat food that turns into sugar in your body, it's going to cause more insulin to be released into your bloodstream. Where all these AB negatives come from today? We got 2 AB negatives on the live today. Where y'all come from? Y'all must be new here, because I be asking for the AB negatives all the time and y'all ain't never on here. So hold on. When you eat bread and pasta and pizza and any type of sugars, you're not new. Where y'all been? We got 4 AB negatives on the live. Yeah, the Nitro Flow is the bomb. The Nitro Flow is the bomb. So what happens is when your body releases this insulin into your bloodstream, It's trying to manage all of that blood glucose, all of that blood sugar that you now have flowing through your veins. Well, the problem is the insulin is not getting into your cells. So now the insulin is just swimming around in your bloodstream, and that causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. So your arteries and veins are literally closing up. So if you can imagine a water hose, when you bend a water hose, how it starts to trickle out on this side, but the pressure builds up on this side, that puts pressure on your heart, and that sends your blood pressure up. Does NitroFlow help with energy? I mean, it could. What it does is it increases your blood flow because it dilates. Remember what I just said? When you're eating carbohydrates and then the insulin has to be released, at the root of your high blood pressure is insulin resistance. Your red blood cells are resistant to the insulin. So that's causing your arteries to get smaller. Well, when you take the beets in the NitroFlow, it opens up your arteries and veins, so that increases your blood flow. Okay? So that takes the pressure off of your heart. Myra, you done been here since, I must have known you by some other name on TikTok or something. I just posted that I was coming on live on that bootleg TikTok account I got on there. I had an account under CE Organics on TikTok, and I just been over there looking at stuff. I don't really be posting nothing, but I posted that I was coming live, so we'll see what happens. I only have like 27 followers. If y'all are following me on TikTok, that's not me. There are so many Mama Trey TikTok accounts. My camera is crispy. Oh, that's that new. I have a new Mac desktop thingamabob. So I have my iPad here, but for my birthday, I got the big Mac desktop thing. And it follows me around the room. So the camera like moves. So yeah, if y'all are following me on TikTok, that ain't me. I don't know who it is. I reported one account and they said there was nothing wrong with it. I said, well, the person is impersonating me. It literally has my picture there. They're like, oh, it's not a problem. So I'm the problem. Okay. Cool. So I suggest y'all go and unfollow the fake Mama Trays on TikTok, okay? Because they'll probably hit you up asking you for money. If I ask you for money, it's going to be here. It ain't going to be in your inbox. So listen, that's what's happening. They have my picture. There's like 4 or 5 accounts that have my picture up. So there's Mama Trey Wilbon 0. There's Mama Trey Wilbon 2. There's Mama Trey. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Okay. So here's what's going on. If you have high blood pressure, the first thing you have to do is stop eating carbohydrates. First thing. Okay. Because you're making yourself insulin resistant. That is making your arteries and your veins shrink, which is closing them up, and that's putting pressure on your heart. Opening arteries, what about potential clotting? What about it? I don't understand the question. What about potential clotting? Do you have a blood clot? Okay. Clotting comes in, are you blood type A? Because I'm going to tell you, blood type A is very prone to blood clots because they naturally have thick blood. And then they eat food that actually makes their blood thicker. Blood type A, B, and B. Hey, Glove, how you doing? Is it G Love? It's G Love. Blood type B and AB will experience blood clots if you're eating chicken. It's very difficult for a blood type O to experience blood clots simply because they have very, very thin blood. So if you're a blood type O and you're on blood thinners, you're being scammed. If you don't have a blood, you don't have to worry about no blood clots as a blood type O. Y'all have extremely thin blood, and it's actually hard for your blood to clot. Like if you got into an accident, you would more than likely bleed out because you don't have a lot of blood clotting factor to your blood. It's a technical term. It's called blood clotting factor 8. That is a factor that's in all of our blood, but blood type O has very little. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. So as a blood type O, we're going to start with blood type O, then we'll go to blood type A, blood type B, and blood type AB. Okay, so we go from majority to minority. Blood type O makes up 44% of the US population. Okay, but blood type A makes up 42%. So it's kind of half and half as to what we're supposed to be eating in this country. Okay, so as a blood type O, the underlying issues that you guys wrestle with have to do with sugar. Okay, y'all's bodies cannot tolerate sugar at all. The technical reason your body cannot tolerate sugar is because you don't have any sugar on your red blood cells. What makes it so that blood type O, especially blood type O negative, can donate blood to all the other blood types is because you don't have any antigens on your red blood cells. Antigens is just sugar. Okay, so that means you have no sugar on your blood. That also means your body cannot tolerate sugar. That's your issue. So if your blood pressure is high, if you're dealing with inflammation, if you have insulin resistance, all of that is coming from the fact that you're eating foods that turn into sugar in your body. Okay? The number one food that turns into sugar in your body is wheat. I know y'all love some wheat. Y'all love some bread. Y'all love some pasta. Y'all love some pizza. Y'all love a pastry. You love some sweets. You love that stuff. You love it. And all of that stuff turns into sugar. Okay? There are 4 things that happen when you consume wheat. The number one thing is it causes a violent inflammation in your intestines. So the minute you eat anything that's made from wheat or has wheat in it, you're going to swell. Okay? Because the body only has 2 defense mechanisms. Inflammation. Did you hear me when I said, can you please bring me a cup? Please bring me a cup when you come back. So a violent inflammation happens in your intestines. When one of your organs swell, all of your organs swell. Okay? So every time you eat some wheat, your intestines are going to swell. You guys call it bloating. Okay? But that also causes your largest organ to swell. And your largest organ is your skin. So you consuming wheat could be at the root of your inability to lose weight, because most people don't realize they're just walking around inflamed. Okay? Inflammation happens just like that. Weight gain and weight loss takes calorie deficit. If you guys are not cutting your calories, you're not going to lose any weight. But if you're dealing with inflammation, you can become inflamed in 30 minutes because your body is trying to protect you from something you ate that doesn't go with your body or with your blood or with your genetics. Okay? The second thing that happens when you consume wheat is it slows down your metabolism. So if you feel tired and sluggish all the time, it's because you're eating wheat. Our metabolism is run by hormones. Those hormones take the food that we consume, turns it into energy. Food is supposed to give you energy. It's not supposed to make you tired or make you need a nap or giving you the itis. Okay? So The hormones that break down our food are interfered with by the lectins in wheat. So now your food is not being turned into energy, it's being turned into sugar and stored as fat. That's what's slowing down your metabolism. Okay. The third thing that happens when you consume wheat is it converts your happy hormones, dopamine and serotonin, into anger and aggression hormones, anger and depression hormones. Okay. When in the past has anybody been anxious? Everybody and their mom has anxiety now. And you may think this because of what's going on in the world, but it has everything to do with what you're eating. 50% of the US population is clinically depressed. 50%. Now think about how much wheat we are all consuming every day. All the food that you eat for breakfast is wheat. So you're literally starting off your day eating something that's causing you to be aggressive or be anxious or be sad or be mad. You mad at traffic on your way to work. Well, what did you just have? A big old bowl of cereal. You just had avocado toast. You just had pancakes. You just had French toast. You just had a breakfast sandwich. You just had a breakfast croissant or a big old bowl of oatmeal. All of that stuff is going to make you angry or anxious or sad and sluggish. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. So the fourth thing that happens, and this is the most dangerous of all, the fourth thing that happens when you consume wheat is it stops your body from absorbing minerals and nutrients from other foods. Wheat stops your body from absorbing minerals and nutrients from other foods. So now you have mineral deficiencies. Do you know that mineral deficiencies is at the root of mental illness? So your sadness and your depression, your bipolarism and your schizophrenia, your ADHD and your hyperactivity and all of that stuff, alcoholism, autism, everybody and their mama on the spectrum, right? Nobody was on the spectrum in the 70s. All of that has to do with mineral deficiencies. Your body doesn't have enough minerals. Do you know what your body will do if you're not feeding it enough minerals? If it's not able to extract the minerals from the food that you're eating, it will start to extract minerals from your teeth and your bones. This is how you end up with cavities. Because how can you have cavities and you don't eat no candy? The reason that you have weak teeth and gum disease and you got low bone density and you need a hip replacement, you need a knee replacement, is because your body is sucking minerals out of your bones. Your teeth are an extension of your bones. So essentially your body is feeding on itself because you're eating a food that's keeping it from absorbing minerals from the food. The other diabolical grain is corn. This also applies to blood type B. Blood type O and blood type B can never have wheat, ever, ever. Okay. My suggestion is nobody should be eating wheat. With all the things that you just learned about what wheat does in the body, nobody should be eating it. Nobody. Okay. The second grain that no blood type should be eating, corn. And I know it's summertime and I like to put some corn on the cob on the grill and da-da-da-da. Listen, it goes deeper than that. It goes deeper than that. Corn is in just about everything. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil, white distilled vinegar is made from corn. Even your apple cider vinegar is cut with white distilled vinegar, which is corn. The majority of the alcohol on the market is made from corn. Corn liquor, Just about all the liquor on the market is corn liquor. You know what happens when you consume corn? You know what happens to your body? It stops making insulin. They're going to be up and down these stairs, so y'all going to hear it. Your body now has no ability to make insulin. The same insulin that regulates your blood pressure, you don't have none. Why do we have such an epidemic of diabetes in this country? Because people are eating corn-based foods. Think about the corn-based foods you guys are eating. You're eating popcorn, you're drinking liquor, you're eating tacos, corn chips. What are the other corn things y'all out here eating besides corn on the cob and corn in the can? Cornbread, grits, sorghum. What are the other corn things that y'all eat? Wake up. Wake up now. Respond in the comments. Wake up. Put in the comments, what are the corn dishes y'all out here eating? What's the wheat dishes y'all out here eating? Bread, barley, corn flakes, cornmeal, hominy, polenta, all corn grains. All of them. Vinegar. Everything. Vinegar is in every single condiment in your house. Your ketchup, your mustard, your mayonnaise, your salad dressing, your barbecue sauce, your hot sauce. White distilled vinegar is in everything. Then we got cream of wheat, Amir, Familiar, Farina, Farro, gluten flour, graham flour, grape nuts, grits, kamut, lentil flour, dal, masticum, papadum, puffed wheat, 7 grain, sorghum, shredded wheat, wheat bran, wheat germ, bulgur wheat, durum wheat, semolina wheat. Semolina wheat is all of your common pasta, your spaghetti, your macaroni, your fettuccine, your ramen noodles, all made from semolina wheat. Yes, all of your Nabisco snacks. It's not just the wheat in the Nabisco snacks. You also have the high fructose corn syrup and the regular corn syrup and the corn starch. And then you wonder why your blood pressure is high. Then you wonder why you're inflamed. You wonder why you have insulin resistance. Those are just the first 2 things that's making your blood pressure high. Then you also got whole grain wheat, white flour, wheat flour, all of that. Oats is another one. First of all, there's no good grain in America. There is no healthy grain at all. The body is not meant to run on grains. That's the first and foremost thing. The body is not meant to run on grain. All this bread and all of this macaroni and all these processed things, the body is not equipped to handle any of that. You said bioengineered food ingredients is your favorite. It'll catch up with you eventually. It'll catch up with you eventually. And you already know this information. You were on my TikTok lives 2 years ago. So you already know. You already know. So listen. The body cannot tolerate all of these grains. The only reason that we are in the state that we're in health-wise right now is because our government introduced these grains into our lives. Not my favorite as in like, I get it. Okay. We were not in the 70s and even before the 70s not eating this level of grain. First of all of these processed foods didn't even exist. But secondly, when they came out with that food pyramid telling us that we're supposed to consume 6 to 11 servings of grains per day, that wasn't to benefit us. It was number one, to create future disease, but number two, to sell the surplus of grain stores that they had in America. They know that these grains and these seed oils and all that stuff is not good for us. And they know it's going to create a shit ton of money for them in the future. Everything that you eat today is either going to lead to your future disease or it's going to lead to your future healing. Everything you eat is either killing you or healing you. There's no in between. Okay? The third thing that you cannot consume as a blood type O is dairy food. And y'all know that. You go around telling everybody you're lactose intolerant. That's accurate. You are lactose intolerant. Lactose is sugar. Lactose is not dairy, as they would have you all believe. How many of y'all believe that lactose was dairy? Because they've given us that impression our entire lives. So then they created a whole other industry, this lactose-free industry, making you believe that this is a dairy-free milk, Lactaid, dairy-free ice cream, Lactaid ice cream. That's just sugar-free milk. That's just sugar-free ice cream. Because they're vague and ambiguous on purpose. They let you believe what you want to believe while they market these products to you. Oat milk is literally the worst thing. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. So again, they are always going to find something to sell us. And then they give you the impression that this is better for you, when in all actuality, it's worse. Okay? Dairy foods cannot be consumed by blood type O and blood type A. That is literally 86% of the whole US population. So all of our lives, we have been inundated with marketing saying we're supposed to be drinking milk. We're supposed to be giving milk to our kids. Milk builds strong bones. It builds healthy teeth. Milk, milk, milk. When in all actuality, it's creating illness in the body. So when y'all think about, what you know, Bubba? So when y'all think about how your kids always have a cold, how you blame it on seasonal allergies, they got allergies. Little kids didn't used to have no allergies. Why all of a sudden do this generation of kids have allergies? Kids always sneezing, nose always running, always got a ear infection or this type of infection or upper respiratory. Little kids got asthma. Milk. And they're giving it to your kid every single day. As a blood type O, the problem is this. As soon as your kid goes on baby formula, you're feeding your kid a steady diet of estrogen. Because baby formula is soy-based. Blood type O and blood type B can never have soy. Milk does the body good. Remember they had all them celebrities with the little milk mustache? All of these advertising, first of all, there's no truth in advertising. I know you guys have heard that line before. There is no truth in advertising. Because if they told us the truth about what these foods would do in our bodies, we would never eat them. Okay? Ever. If they told us the truth about the effects of the foods that they're selling to us, we would never buy them. So think about all of the things that you think are so healthy for you because it has been marketed to you that way. things that they will use to get you to trust a product, first and foremost, is doctor recommended. The way to get you to immediately trust a product is to say that it's doctor recommended. When in all actuality, doctors are literally on the payroll of advertising agencies. All of the stuff that we grew up thinking was so healthy for us are the things that have hurt us the most. Milk, bread, orange juice. Orange juice is bad for everybody. Orange juice, the thing that we're supposed to be drinking when we get sick, the thing that we're supposed to turn to for our vitamin C. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I made it today because I had good sleep. Finally. I worked all day yesterday until bedtime, and then I crashed, and it was wonderful. So here you are believing dairy. Jamie Lee Curtis gets on the TV and tells you that you need to be eating Activia yogurt to help with your gut health, right? But your gut has gotten worse and worse and worse. They're telling you to drink raw cow's milk because that's going to help you. That's going to help your gut. Orange juice is the worst, one of the worst things you can put in your body. The reason is, in America, we have never had fresh oranges. Real oranges, fresh oranges, are green on the outside and orange on the inside. So whenever you see an orange in America, it's already rotten. We've never had fresh oranges here. Go look it up. Go look it up. The oranges in other countries are green. The oranges in the Caribbean are green. The oranges in Africa are green. They're green. Oranges is on every person's avoid list when you go look at the foods list. And it's funny because every time you drink some orange juice, you either get heartburn or acid reflux. I know every time I did it, and I was still drinking it. Every time I would drink some orange juice, I would have acid reflux or heartburn immediately. That is your body saying, please stop drinking that shit. We still do it anyway. Go look it up. It's on everybody's avoids list. The thing is, it creates bad bacteria in your gut. And a lot of very common diseases stem from bad bacteria in your gut. So your alopecia, your endometriosis, your IBS, your IBD, any skin issues that you have, so acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, dermatitis, vitiligo, COPD, thyroid issues, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, all of that stuff comes from bad bacteria in your gut. And oranges creates bad bacteria in everyone's gut. Hello? What? You just want to just launch off the chair? Weirdo. You were given orange juice, potatoes, and Cheerios with milk every day in the hospital. Gee, Mo whistling. They were trying to keep you there. That's a death meal. Every last one of those things that you listed were things you ain't supposed to ever consume. Sheesh. Listen. Also, the other things that you cannot have as a blood type O will be kidney beans, lentils, bacon, navy beans. Hold on, let me see my microphone. See my microphone ready. Potatoes. Y'all can't have no potatoes. You want to know why your blood pressure's high? Hey, Lourdes. You want to know why your blood pressure's high? You want to know why you got kidney disease? Why you on dialysis? Potatoes. Oh no, not my potatoes. Neutral doesn't improve your health. You shouldn't be eating no neutral nothing. Then, but you want to know? Listen to what we found out, because I ain't seen you on my lives in a minute. But there is a gene that people of African descent possess, and that gene is called APOL1. APOL1 causes our kidneys to be vulnerable to inflammation and infection. Okay? This is why African Americans have more chronic kidney disease, number one on the kidney replacement list, and are on dialysis 4-1. Because you are eating foods that cause your body to become inflamed. The minute you eat some nightshade vegetables, the main one being potatoes, you also, as a blood type O, cannot have no tomatoes either. As a blood type B, you can't have no tomatoes. Okay? Nightshade vegetables have a phytotoxin that is used to protect them from being eaten. Nightshade vegetables are potatoes, tomatoes, okra, bell peppers, tomatillos, tobacco, sorrel, eggplant. All of those are nightshade vegetables. So the minute you consume a nightshade vegetable, it's going to release a phytotoxin into your bloodstream that makes your body feel like it's being attacked by a virus or a fungi or a bacteria or a toxin. And then your body's going to react by swelling, which is inflammation. So now your organs are swelling because you have put your body in a state to defend itself. You're putting your body in a situation where it has to fight every day because you like French fries. Y'all understand how much stress y'all putting on yourself? The number one way to stress yourself out is to eat the wrong food, because you are putting undue stress on your organs. So this means your organs never have an opportunity to rest. They never take a vacation. Hey, girl, where you been? Where you been? They never have an opportunity to heal. So you're putting your organs in a position where they can't even heal themselves because they're in constant battle. So if you're eating foods that always put your body on the defensive, you're going to be exhausted. Okay? You're going to be angry. You're going to be sick. You're going to be all those things because your body can't heal itself if it's so focused on battling inflammation and battling lectins from tomatoes and lectins from potatoes and lectins from wheat and lectins. You're constantly going against the flow of your own body. For what? For food? Y'all are willing to die for food. Because if you think about it, the majority of Americans die from food-related illnesses. Hey, Miss Sheila. Okay? The illnesses that people die from are food-related illnesses. If they were honest with us about why somebody died, instead of saying, oh, he died from a heart attack is because of the food this person has been eating all this time. Oh, he died from complications of diabetes. Why did he have diabetes? From the food he was eating. all of these things are lifestyle diseases. All of them. So that means you created the disease with your lifestyle. That also means you can reverse the disease with your lifestyle. Why is that information so threatening? Why is me saying such a common sense thing? Because back in the day, they used to call these lifestyle diseases preventable. Ask yourselves why they stopped calling these diseases preventable. Why wouldn't they want you to know that a disease you have is preventable? They're not going to make any money if you think that what you're doing could have been prevented. They're not going to make no money because they would rather you believe that the diabetes that you have was handed down from your parents or your grandparents. They would have you believe that you're inevitably going to get diabetes because your auntie has it. You have high blood pressure because your parents had high blood pressure. That's not true. You do not hand down diseases. Just shake your head real fast like an Etch-a-Sketch and just get all of that old played out information out your head. Okay? You do not hand down diseases. You do not inherit diseases. What's happening is you're all of the same blood type and you're eating the same food and you end up with the same diseases. That's what's happening. So what you're actually handing down is recipes and bad habits. And bad habits can be broken. Okay? Bad habits can be broken. So tomatoes and potatoes is making your blood pressure high. Hey, Miss Patricia. Is anyone else hearing static unless it's your AirPod? Go out and come back in. No one, no, my microphone is all the way over here. You would have to be this close. I sound like a robot. When did I start sounding like a robot? I'm gonna turn my microphone off. Am I okay now? It's not in the DNA, it's in the dinner. That's a good one. That's a good one. It's true. You're right. It's not in your DNA, it's in your dinner. Okay? I turned the microphone off. Maybe that was the cause. Sorry-o. So let's talk about, hold on, there's more. You also cannot have no corn oil. Y'all should have told me. Thank you. No. It should be fixed now. I turned the microphone off. So you cannot have no corn oil, no guar gum and carrageenan. Hey, Miss Patricia. Are kids and parents always the same blood type? One of the parents. One. Well, let me take that back. My mother was an A and my father was a B and I am an AB. Okay. That's why ABs are very rare, because one either has to be an AB or a derivative of. So an A and a B got together and now there's me. Okay. But two O's, which is odd, two O's can make an O. Two B's can make a B. Right? Two A's can make an A. However, O could also come out. So if you had two A's, you could have an O. I bet that would be some drama. You can have two O's and have an A. And I bet that could be some drama. It's wild. It is wild. It's a whole big chart. Actually, in the book, I think it might be in this book. I turned right to the page. Are both of your kids O's, Aaron? You and your husband are both O's? I hope everybody in your household is O. That's so lucky. You're so lucky. So as I turned right to the page for the blood types. So it says if your parents' blood type is O. So I was mistaken. If you and your husband are both O's, then your baby's an O. No doubt about it. No, nothing else. So both of your kids are probably O. Is that related to the orange factor or no? No. So if your parents are an A and an O, then the child will be an A or an O. But if it's two O's, you can't have nothing but an O. Okay? If there's an O and a B, the child is going to be an O or a B. If there's an O and an AB, that's the wild card. AB is the wild card. So they could be anything. So if it's an O and an AB, they could be either one of the blood types. So O, A, B, or AB. Then two A's can have an O and an A. So O and O is the only one that produces an O. But if you are an O and an A, if you are two A's, you can get an O or an A. If you are an A and a B, you're going to get all four. Again, wild. A and an AB is going to get an A, a B, or an AB. Two B's can only produce a B. So B and an AB, wild card. AB and AB, wild card. Okay? So the AB throws everything off. You can be any blood type if the AB is in the mix. And also B throws things off. If a B is with an A, it's going to be all four blood types. So please don't be beating nobody up thinking somebody out here cheating or whatever. Hi, I've been around. I just, I ain't on TikTok no more, but I had to put a little message out there, see if y'all see me. Come on over here. Okay. So hold on. So let's talk about this bad bacteria in your gut. Okay. If you have any of, they kicked me off both of my accounts over there. Permanently. The big one and the little one. They said, we don't want you telling nobody about this shit. Keep it a secret. Yeah. So let them know where I'm at. I'm over on Instagram and YouTube. It's all good. It's all good. You got back to eating for your blood type? Good. I know a lot of people that fell off. I want to go and just find everybody. That is my only regret, is that I couldn't tell everybody that I was leaving or that I was put out. They just set you out on the street and they don't let you get in contact with nobody. Okay? So if you have any of these ailments, I want you to put in the comments. Okay? Alopecia, endometriosis, IBS, IBD, urinary tract infections, yeast infections, COPD, thyroid issues. Yeah, we have a Facebook group, so you guys need to go join a Facebook group. It's called Heal by Blood Type. Heal by Blood Type. Okay. Certain cancers also come from bad bacteria in your gut. Okay. So if you have any of those ailments, let me tell you what's creating this bad bacteria in blood type O's. Dairy foods. First of all, let me explain how important bacteria is to our body. The body has trillions of bacteria. And that bacteria, different strains of bacteria, hundreds of different strains. Those different strains carry out functions in the body. So when somebody says, oh, how can I get rid of bacteria in my body? I'm like, your body is made up of mostly bacteria. We have more bacteria than we actually have human cells. So there's never going to be a way to rid your body of bacteria because it's necessary for your body to even live. Okay? I want y'all to start putting some respect on bacteria's name. The objective, though, is for your bacteria to be good and not bad. So when you are eating foods that your body doesn't like, that your genetics and your gut doesn't like, it's going to make your body's bacteria bad. And that bad bacteria is going to trigger disease in your body. That's how you have the disease you have. Because you done pissed the bacteria off. I know me and your son have the same blood type. What meals do you see him eating often? Lamb, because the lamb is so expensive. I mean, I do a lot of fish too, but I'm curious. Get whatever lamb you can. Listen, don't be buying no lamb chops. I say this all the time. The biggest waste of your money is lamb chops. The most economical lamb is going to be a lamb roast. Okay? Jordan eats ground lamb. He eats lamb roast. He will cut the lamb. We make lamb steaks. So we'll take a roast. Now you can get a roast for $25 at Sam's Club. It'll be about 4 pounds. Okay? Or Costco. It'll be about $30 at Costco, but theirs are bigger. And you can just slice that into steaks and make like lamb loins instead of lamb chops. Lamb chops is, you don't get enough meat on a lamb chop for the price. That lamb roast goes a long way. Also, lamb shanks. We got 28 pounds of lamb shanks from Costco for $130. So that's just the leg. It's like the drumstick. And they're about this long and about this thick. He never eats breakfast. If he does eat something in the early afternoon, it's leftovers. Jordan works until like 5 o'clock in the morning. So by the time he gets up and gets moving, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So there's no breakfast time. When he does eat, it's usually leftovers from dinner. Y'all have to wipe that whole breakfast mindset out. Y'all should just wipe that out. But as a blood type B, let me give you some, y'all need to join the group. First of all, go join the Facebook group because I put a lot of recipe videos in the group. As a blood type B, you benefit from cottage cheese. There are so many cottage cheese based recipes now. That's the new trend. So what I have been doing as a blood type B, I can also have cottage cheese. I've been making the cottage cheese wraps. There are so many cottage cheese breakfast ideas, breakfast muffins, and all this stuff made from freaking cottage cheese. Them cottage cheese wraps are off the chain. It's just cottage cheese and eggs, and you just make some flatbread, and I made me a little turkey wrap the other night with one of them. It's the bomb. So as a blood type B, y'all are and an AB, we are very lucky because cottage cheese is the trend, and you can do anything with freaking cottage cheese, apparently. Who knew? All kinds of desserts, all kinds of breads, all kinds of wraps. Go join the group. You'll see all the videos. Okay? So don't just get hell bent on the lamb. Let me tell you what's less expensive than the lamb. Mutton. Lamb and mutton are both sheep. Lamb is 1 year old or less. So lamb is a puppy compared to a dog. Okay? Mutton is a year and up. Mutton is way cheaper than lamb. So if you can find a grocery store that sells mutton, those are usually going to be Asian markets and Hispanic markets. Okay? Get the mutton. Another cool thing is if you get the mutton, you can also make all kinds of broth with that. Okay? Goat is another one. You benefit from goat. You benefit from rabbit. Rabbit's a little expensive. But venison, veal, okay? Y'all have to take into consideration, I understand that things are expensive, But expensive is subjective. I would rather spend my money on good quality food than anything else because I know that's what's going to keep me healthy. I know that's what's going to keep me healthy. So I'll spend money on food because if I don't have to buy medicine because I'm eating the right food. Also, Restaurant Depot. If you have a Restaurant Depot in your town, you need to start shopping there. I use Instacart for Restaurant Depot. You on the teas? Also, you ain't seen me in a minute. Y'all need to go get the detox teas. Okay? First of all the products on the site are 25% off right now for the month of June. For Juneteenth, for Pride, for Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So all the products are 25% off. The tea is 25% off. So you get both of these for $29.99. Okay? These are our detox teas. But Restaurant Depot has 10 pounds of ground lamb for $49. A pound of ground lamb will cost you between $7.99 and $10.99. Okay. Also, if you're trying to invest in some lamb, they have big lamb roast about this freaking big. You can get a 6-pack. You have to buy the whole box now. Since I started telling y'all about getting lamb from Restaurant Depot, they made it so now you got to buy all 6. So the last time I got a box, I got all 6 of them. But they're like 6 pounds each. I think I might have paid like $120 for them. A steal. Because you can fill your freezer up with that. Okay? Change your mindset. I understand that things may be expensive, but you can get what you can afford. If I weren't and B, I would be sticking with liver. I would be sticking with mutton. I would be sticking with the cheaper cuts of the lamb, if that makes sense. Okay. So the number one thing that's making your gut bacteria bad as a blood type O is dairy food. They've been lying to y'all all this time. Hey, how you doing? They've been lying to y'all all this time about Activia yogurt and Greek yogurt being good for your... It's not. It's not. It is doing the opposite. Okay? What else? Corn. Again. Let me remind you about the corn, because some of y'all just came in. Okay? Corn stops the body from making insulin. It takes insulin to stabilize your blood pressure. So if you don't have any insulin, you're not going to stabilize your blood pressure. Okay? Whenever we hear about insulin, it's always in regards to diabetes, right? You never knew how important insulin was to your blood pressure. Also, corn is in everything. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn oil, corn starch, white distilled vinegar is made from corn. White distilled vinegar is also used in apple cider vinegar to cut it. Okay. And then you have alcohol. Most alcohol on the market is made from corn. Okay. What else? Potatoes. Again. How would you like to know that you have alopecia? Your hair's falling out because you like French fries. Or you like baked potatoes. Or you like sweet potatoes and yams. And let me tell y'all something. Every starchy root vegetable is hard on your kidneys. Every starchy root vegetable turns into sugar in your body. That is going to affect your inflammation. That is going to affect your blood pressure. It is going to create bad bacteria in your gut. You're welcome. It's going to. Potatoes are not, they're the worst thing. Okay? And then they convinced you that, oh, sales are dropping on white potatoes. We have to find a way to sell them something else. Then they tell you that sweet potatoes are better for you than white potatoes. How, Sway? How? It literally has sweet in the name. Okay? Do not be fooled by the color of the potato. It's still a potato. Don't be fooled by the name of the potato. It's still a potato. A yam is still a potato. Also, what else is creating bad bacteria? Rhubarb. I don't know who's keeping rhubarb in business, but rhubarbs are bad for everybody. And then, drum roll, please. Oranges. Oranges are bad for everybody. They're deadly for blood type A. Oranges. Oranges and orange juice will kill you if you're a blood type A. Isn't that crazy? And all this time, they have made us believe that that's where we're supposed to get all of our vitamin C from. There's more vitamin C in lemons than it is in orange juice. So, how many of you guys have ever had leaky gut? Leaky gut is when your intestines become so soft that when food is digesting, food particles break through your intestinal wall and leak out into your gut. Sounds painful. The food is making your intestines soft. Guess what foods they are? Tomatoes, corn, again, dairy again, vinegar again. Hi, lovely. And guess what else? Coffee. Coffee makes your intestines soft. You know what else coffee does? Coffee stops your body from making collagen. Let me tell you how they play in your face. They know that coffee stops your body from making collagen, so they've created this thriving collagen market, and then they tell you to put the collagen in your coffee. Just plain in your face. I don't know, look it up. Pain in your gut will be the number one symptom of leaky gut. Let's look it up. Let's go find out what the symptoms of leaky gut are. Symptoms of leaky guts. My phone usually be listening to me. She just be nosy. It says bloating and gas, diarrhea and constipation, abdominal pain or discomfort, irritable bowel syndrome symptoms, and nutritional deficiencies. Impaired nutrient absorption can result in deficiencies. Remind me again, what creates mineral deficiencies in your body? You have UTIs because of leaky gut? Gee. Other symptoms are fatigue, headaches and brain fog, skin problems, joint pain, mood imbalances, and autoimmune diseases from leaky gut. Ain't a food on the planet, not one food, that's worth having leaky gut for. Not one French fry, not one bowl of ice cream, not one cup of coffee. They selling y'all coffee on every corner. Every corner. Think about it, guys. Every disease you have in your body right now, every ailment that you are suffering from right now came from your kitchen. Every ailment that you are suffering from right now, you purchased the food that triggered that ailment in your body. You didn't just happen to get these diseases. You triggered these diseases from your lifestyle. I was told leaky gut caused my autoimmune disease due to antibiotics, but in actuality, the food I was eating. Well, I will say this. There are 25 different meds that trigger lupus. 2 of them are antibiotics. So I don't know what autoimmune disease you have, but 2 of the 2 antibiotics trigger autoimmune diseases. Well, lupus specifically. When I cut my diet down to steak, kale, pineapples, flaxseed bread, and blueberry juice, all my inflammation went away. There you go. Eating for blood type O. What is it? Myasthenia gravis. I only know about all these autoimmune diseases from commercials. You hear static again? I turned my microphone off. The microphone is off. I had posted a video on TikTok a while ago, a couple of years ago, with the list. Now that account is gone, so I don't even know where the information is. You can look it up, though. What antibiotics trigger autoimmune diseases? Go look it up. You're in clinical remission. I don't buy remission. You're not in remission. You're healed. Whenever you say you're in remission, it's like, oh, I'm taking a time out from my disease, but I expect it to return. You're not in remission. You're healed. Okay? That's how you need to start speaking. Don't ever again say that you are in remission, because then that just means you're just every day I'm just waiting for this disease to show back up. Absolutely not. You're welcome. You ain't waiting for shit to show up. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Thank you, Jesus. Okay? We ain't doing no remission. You are healed by his stripes. So hold on. Let's go to the next one. So listen, y'all gotta stop drinking coffee. Everyone benefits from green tea. Okay? Green tea is anti-aging, full of antioxidants. It's great, great, great for everybody. Coffee is not. Okay? Please. Just switch your coffee to green tea. If you need caffeine, the green tea is caffeinated. Okay? You're going to be fine. How many of y'all have thyroid issues? For some reason, blood type O. For some reason, blood type O always have some thyroid issues going on. You got to speak life every day. And maybe the storm blowing through the southeast. Oh, y'all having storms? It's just, it's wild, because you would not expect Vegas to always have like some wind shit going on. We always have the worst wind. It's like, it'll be 90,000 degrees outside, but there's a breeze. It's crazy. It's just a mild breeze today. But usually these trees be over here going off every day. If you have thyroid issues, guess what's causing that? Bad bacteria in your gut. So I'll remind you what foods those are. Dairy foods, corn, potatoes, rhubarb, and oranges. But listen to this. This is wild. There are 4 vegetables that when you consume them as a blood type O, create such a bad... No, I don't miss Southern California at all. At all. These 4 vegetables create such a bad bacteria in your gut that it causes your body's own immune system to attack your thyroid. Those vegetables are cabbage, cauliflower, mustard greens, and Brussels sprouts. And I know those are some of your favorite vegetables. You gotta let them go. Okay? Not at all. We lived in Southern California for 5 years. Now, mind you, we experienced COVID there also, so we really couldn't do that. But we weren't doing anything there. We didn't have no fun. We weren't going out, hanging out, doing nothing. Exactly. We are always doing something over here. Did I ever go to any concert? I think I went to one concert while I lived there. I'd have been to 10 damn concerts since I've lived here. I might go see Bruno Mars again. But I will be at Beyonce. I will be at Cowboy Carter. As a matter of fact, I got some of my outfit today for Cowboy Carter. Y'all know I'm not going to dress like everybody else, but y'all want me to tell you? Y'all want me to tell you? Now, mind you, I got to drop about 20 pounds. I got it that size so I could drop 20 pounds over the next 30 days. I'm challenging myself. We'll see. I always got backups, but let me tell you what it is. It's Adidas. Adidas came out with denim. They came out with denim. So it is a black, like stone washed Adidas cropped jacket, because y'all know I'm short waisted, and a long with gray stripes and a long denim skirt with the split up the front with black stripes down it. And wait, but I also have a pair of shorts that's coming that matches the jacket. So I can either one. It's gonna be either one, depending how many degrees it's gonna be on that day. But I'm gonna wear it with my black cowboy boots, and I'm gonna get a black trucker hat instead of a cowboy hat. Now my backup is a dress. I have two dresses as a backup because I'm not gonna dress like everybody else. I do have a shit ton of denim. I have a shit ton of denim that I still have tags on. I have probably 50 pairs of jeans. I know I have at least 7 or 8 denim shirts. I have denim jackets. I got long denim coats. I got denim. But I still have not worn any of those cowboy boots that I bought last year. So I'm going to wear the black ones, I think. Yeah, I'm thinking that the trucker hat might be cute. Because everybody else is going to be wearing cowboy hats, so I figured. Hey, Sylvia. We going to see. Because if not, I have I'm going to be dressed like Beth Dutton off of Yellowstone. So I have yes, he's going. I'm making him go. He's like, what? Why can't Heaven come out here and go to the show? What about so-and-so? I said, no, you are going with me. This is my Mother's Day gift, and I want you to experience Beyonce with me. Now, shit. No, not silver boots. It'll be too much. You got to contrast it. So I have green boots. I have brown boots. I have black boots. Plus, the silver wouldn't go with that skirt. It's a deep, dark gray. It's cute. It's cute, though. It just came in the mail today. So we'll see. I gotta lose some of these boobs for that jacket. I mean, it'll close, but I want it to be loose. So we're gonna see. So hold on. If you have a slow and sluggish metabolism, it is because you're eating wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans. Okay? The lectins in wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans, no, he's not going to do it. He's no fun. How am I going to do that? Exercise. If I got up and did the exercises that I used to do, I'm just lazy. And I'd be sitting down doing work. But when I lived in California, I was exercising every day until I got sick. And then when you go into menopause, you automatically put on like 20 pounds. That's the hardest part about going through menopause is your weight, because it is very, very difficult for you to lose weight when you are going through menopause. Period. Strikes against me also will be the menopause and stress, because as a blood type AB, we are naturally wired for stress, which naturally will raise our cortisol levels, and cortisol settles in the midsection. Okay? That's the problem. So I'm going to be getting on my Pilates. I'm going to be on my treadmill, and I'm going to be getting on my Pilates board. But that menopause, it's very difficult to lose weight when you're going through menopause. And that's why I don't be putting no pressure on myself. I'm like, fuck it. It is what it is. Like, I'm not going to be doing hormone replacement therapy because I'm not trying to get breast cancer. You know, I'm going to be cute regardless. I always got backup clothes. I don't never have to worry about that. Okay? Jordan's best friend was here last week. She's like, I want to go shopping in your closet. We can do a Poshmark situation. She left here with 2 purses. Of course, I gave them to her. But she's like, I just want to go shopping in your purses. I said, first of all, you can't do that because I buy purses to go with shoes. I don't just be out buying random purses. All of my purses got shoes to match. So I can't break up the set. But I did give her purses that I bought that I've never carried. One still had the paper. Both of them were Coach, and I've never carried them before. It's like, here, go here. You can get some use out of it. But I always got backup clothes. I ain't never going to be, and they're all different sizes. All my clothes are all different sizes. There are some things that I have that are the same in different sizes. Okay? Like I said, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I got an outfit for Beyonce. I don't care if it's a suit with bedazzled suits and shit. I got all kinds of shit in these closets. I got shit downstairs. I ain't even opened up the containers yet. All my African shit, all that African shit is downstairs. I ain't broke none of that stuff out. And a lot of it still has tags on it. So, because I don't know what size I'm going to be today. But no matter what size I'm going to be today, I'm going to love me. I do not care. I am not putting I am 56. I am not going to put no pressure on myself to fit nobody's narrative of what I'm supposed to be looking like. Or is that I am happy with me. I'm happy that this body works. I'm happy that this body still loves me back. I'm glad I'm not in no pain. I don't give a fuck about the rest of that stuff. I do not care. I'm going to be cute regardless. Y'all better change y'all mindset about this shit. I am not going to put no pressure on myself to be thin. Absolutely not. What is the number one thing you should be doing as a blood type O? What's the number one thing you should be eating? What's the thing that's going to change your life forever? What's the thing? Beef! You lucky so-and-sos. Beef. Oh my gosh. I would just like to be an O like once or twice a week. I would like to be an O once or twice a week. That's it. I don't need to be an O all the time. Just once or twice a week. It doesn't even have to be a weekend. Anybody want to swap it out? Anybody want to be an AB for a day or two? Anybody? You say you eating a steak. You just rubbing it in. You're just rubbing it in right now. Said I'm eating a steak right now. Anybody want to swap out a couple of days and you can have some cheese? If only. Y'all benefit from all the red meats except goat. That is beef. That is lamb. That's venison. That's mutton. That's buffalo. all the red meats except goat. Okay? That's all y'all need. And contrary to what we have been brainwashed to believe, our bodies don't need all these fruits and vegetables. The body literally runs on protein. Every vitamin, mineral, and nutrient that y'all's bodies need is found in beef. It is literally the perfect protein. It's got it all. Okay? So remember, the ancestors were not eating side dishes. They weren't out on the Serengeti slaughtering an antelope and dragging it back and boiling it next to a pot of potatoes. They weren't having leftover antelope sandwiches the next day. They were just eating meat. This is why y'all have an overabundance of stomach acid, because your thousands and thousands of years ago ancestors consumed red meat every freaking time they ate. So over time, your body evolves to adapt to what it is you are eating. And as an the original people, y'all consumed meat. Y'all are the original carnivores. So don't get all bent out of shape about, oh, I need to have these vegetables and I need to have these grains. You don't. Because a lot of these vegetables and a lot of these grains is why y'all are sick. Okay? Vegetables and grains have a lot of lectins. Those lectins is what is wreaking havoc in our bodies. So if you are an O, I want you to keep it super simple. Please go get your foods list. Go to brewitbaby.com and get your foods list. Only eat, come here. Only eat the beneficial foods. If you're going to come over here, you're going to stay your butt over here. Don't come launching off the chair. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Juju. Hi, Juju. What you doing? What you been? What was you downstairs doing? You going to say hi to everybody? You're just going to be rude. It's going to be rude. I finally got your own niece to eat a steak with you. She went to the store and came back with a potato and butter to go with her. You should have set her out on the street. You should have set her out on the street. I think I've been avoiding the carnivore diet because I'm afraid of success. You sabotaging yourself. That's real though, patience. That's real shit. That's real shit. There are people that are just afraid of such a drastic change. Like, what is everybody going to say about me when my body is cut up? When I have muscle just coming out everywhere? What's everybody going to think when I just shrink without effort? That's real shit. Stop sabotaging yourself, and you have to not give a fuck what anybody thinks about you. Do it. Do it. Because I'm telling you, because that is literally going with the flow of your body. Imagine how much easier your life will be when you and your body are on one accord. When you and your body are equally yoked. When you and your body trust each other. Because right now you're in a relationship with your body and your body doesn't even trust you. Can you imagine? Y'all be thinking about men or women or best friends or family. Oh, I hope they trust me, or I can't trust them. You are living in a body that doesn't trust you. The same body you've been in since day one and the same body that you're going to be in for the rest of your life. The only relationship you should be cultivating is a relationship that you have with yourself. You don't need to be out here trying to get to know no man, get to know no woman. Get to know yourself. Because some of y'all can't tell or don't know when your body is going through. So I know everything about my body. I can't say that. I don't know everything about my body because I'm learning more and more and more as the days go by. Okay. But I know when it's off. I know what I need. I know what is causing this to happen. I pay attention. And that's what y'all should be doing with your body. But a lot of y'all be extending that type of courtesy to strangers. Oh, I want to get to know everything about this man or everything about this woman. And y'all don't know shit about yourself. You don't know how your body works, what it responds positively to, what it responds negatively to. Y'all have to put yourself first. I have no interest in getting to know anybody outside of this body. Nobody. Not interested in dating, not interested in, I don't even want nobody getting to know me better but me. I want to get to know you better. For what? For what? Get to know you better. Sipping on Trader Joe's unsweetened green tea. You need to be sipping on my tea. Why you not sipping on my tea? Trader Joe's. Take your butt over and get you some real tea. I want to get to know you. No, you do not. And it's not, I don't tell people that I don't want to get to know you because I'm afraid of what you'll find out about me. I don't give a shit. I just don't want anybody to know anything about me. Y'all already know I'm an asshole. So that's all you need to know. That's it and that's all. So what is going to make your gut bacteria super happy as a blood type O? Your tea is coming in the next few days. Yay. You better go get some for you and your husband. All your whole household is O. Oh, you're so lucky. Any household where all of the blood types are the same, y'all some lucky ducks. I love that. Because all you got to buy is beef. Beef and onions. Onions are the two things that have gone together since the dawn of time are the two things that will make y'all happier than anything. Beef and onions. I've had it before and it's good. Yes, I love it. Please take advantage of the sale because when we're done selling this tea, I'm not reordering it. I'm going to be out of the tea business. I can't say that. I'll just be talking shit. But the problem is tariffs, issues with customs, and all of that shit. I don't want the aggravation. That's my problem. Okay. So all y'all need is some onions, and y'all benefit from all the onions: red, white, yellow, Vidalia, green. It doesn't matter. Every single day, you should be having some beef and some onions. You don't need a discount code. You don't need a discount code. Unless you bought a discount code. Do y'all know that you can buy a discount code? And it gives you a percentage off regardless. But I made it so that you get, it marks it off at the checkout. So you don't have to put anything in there. 25% off. So listen. What else is going to make your gut bacteria super happy? You got string beans, broccoli, escarole, chicory, Swiss chard, and kale. Now, I would suggest you eat more collard greens than kale greens. Okay? Everybody benefits from collard greens. Everybody. Take advantage of that. What is going to help with your thyroid? Turmeric and sea vegetables. So that sea vegetables is seaweed, sea moss, nori, kombu, wakame, all of those like Asian things that you will put in like pho and Asian dishes, those are sea vegetables. That will help your body to create more iodine, and that will protect your thyroid. Okay. And then what is going to repair your leaky gut? Onions, chicory, peas, prunes, maitake mushrooms, beet greens, collard greens, and fava beans. Okay. So that is it for blood type O. If you do not have your foods list, make sure you go to brewitbaby.com, download your foods list. And as a matter of fact, we have the foods list bundled together. So it's the foods list and the recipe books, all 3 recipe books. And you get the Why Didn't I Know That ebook as well for $34.99. I think it might be marked off though. It might be less than that. Okay. I think I marked that at 25% off too. I don't remember. Where's blood type A? Where's blood type A? Blood type A, you are literally the opposite. Oof. Blood type O has the strongest cardiovascular system, the strongest metabolism, the strongest everything. They make muscle super fast, strongest immune system. A is the opposite. You have the weakest immune system, the weakest cardiovascular system, and you guys are predisposed to heart disease, diabetes, and certain cancers. The problem is blood type O has this very high level of stomach acid, whereas blood type A has very little stomach acid. So you guys cannot eat the same foods because blood type A cannot digest animal protein in foods that are high in saturated fats. Blood type O can. Okay. And that's what is at the root of a lot of the problems that blood type A has. You guys are protein malnourished. This means your body is not getting enough protein that your body can actually break down and extract the minerals from. So you have a lot of mineral deficiencies. If we drill this down, because of your lack of protein, it's causing you to have a bunch of mineral deficiencies. Okay. And when you have mineral deficiencies, and this is something that's very dangerous for blood type O, your body will then extract minerals out of your teeth and your bones. This is also why blood type A always got some type of bone issues. They always got hip replacements or knee replacements, or they have weak teeth or low bone density, gum disease. Their teeth will be falling out. It's because your body has to try to stay alive. And the only way it can do that is to suck the minerals out your teeth and your bones. This is what I mean that you and your body need to be on one accord. Because if you're not eating what your body needs, your body will find a way to get what it needs, only because your body wants to live, despite your best efforts to unalive it. That's how you have to start thinking about it. If you're not giving your body what it needs to survive, what you think it's going to do? Your body literally has a mind of its own. Y'all have to understand and accept that you are a passenger in this body. You do not run your body. You are here for the ride along. Because if you ran your body, you would never be sick. You would never be inflamed. You would never be tired. You would never be any of these negative things. You don't. Your body runs everything. All you have to do is give your body what it needs: rest, water, exercise, sunlight, and food. Your body's very simple. But we're the ones making things overly complicated. Okay? So as a blood type A, you cannot have no animal protein. That means no red meat, no organ meat, no pork, no crustaceans. Crustaceans is lobster and crab. The reason that you can't have lobster and crab is that they are very high in saturated fats. You also cannot have no shellfish, shrimp, mussels, clams, scallops, oysters. They're all high in saturated fats. Your body can't break those things down. You also cannot have no avocado oil, these tropical oils, avocado oil, palm kernel oil, coconut oil, too high in saturated fats. Industrial oils, corn oil, canola oil, safflower, sunflower, rapeseed, high in saturated fats. And then you also cannot have high fat cheeses. Most cheese that you guys consume is high in saturated fats. Okay. Palm oil is oil that they use in Africa a lot. It comes from a little red nut. Go look at any processed food that you have in your house. I guarantee you palm kernel oil is in it. Go look. Go read your labels. Rule of thumb. If y'all's food has labels, you probably shouldn't be eating it. If you got 3 or more ingredients in a food, you probably shouldn't be eating it, because it's no longer a whole food. It's now a processed food. And that's the problem. Okay. So as a blood type A, let me tell you a little story. Blood type A already has very thick blood. You have more RH. Well, it's not called RH. It's blood clotting factor 8. Okay. It's a factor of our blood that allows our blood to clot if we get into an accident. Blood type O has very little blood clotting factor 8, whereas blood type A has an overabundance. So you guys are prone to blood clots. Well, let's compound that with your extra thick blood. This is what makes you predisposed to heart disease. Heart disease is the #1 killer in America. Guess who has more heart disease than everybody? Guess who has more heart disease than everybody? What group? Black women. Black women have more heart disease than everyone else in the country. Black women are also at the top of the autoimmune disease list. Diet. We're at the top of all the lists. Now, as far as blood type A is concerned, you also have a steady stream of cortisol in your blood all day. Cortisol is your stress hormone. This is why blood type A always feels stressed out and anxious. That's your natural state. That is your natural, everyday state. Isn't it? Put it in the comments. You just feel anxious and all the time. So you got cortisol coursing through your blood all day, every day. And when your cortisol is high, it also makes your blood sugar high. This is what also makes you guys predisposed to diabetes, because you guys could trigger diabetes from stress. It's called stress-induced diabetes. Okay? So your cortisol is high, and then your glucose is high. So your body then releases even more insulin into your bloodstream. How many of you blood type A's have high blood pressure? How many of you blood type A's have high blood pressure? So your cortisol is high, which then makes your blood glucose high, which then makes your body put more insulin into your bloodstream. Okay. Now these two hormones are high, cortisol and insulin. When your cortisol and your insulin is high, your body requires even more minerals from your food to bring those two hormones back into balance. When you do not feed your body the food it can digest and break down and extract those minerals from, minerals from? It sucks minerals out of your bones and your teeth. Now, on the flip side of that, with the high blood pressure, if your body has to pump this insulin into your bloodstream, but that insulin is not getting into your red blood cells, you are now insulin resistant. When you are insulin resistant, the insulin stays in your bloodstream, causing your arteries and your veins to constrict. So your arteries and your veins are shrinking. That then puts pressure on your heart. Because like a water hose, if you bend a water hose, the water can't flow through the hose anymore. And then that pressure builds up over here while this water is trickling out on the other side. Those are your arteries and your veins. Now, what compounds this is blood type A already has really thick blood. So you already had this thick blood trying to squeak through these shrunken arteries and veins. What do you think is going to happen? Blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, DVTs, heart attacks, and strokes. Blood type A has more heart attacks than everybody else. But to make this worse, there are foods that make your blood even thicker than it naturally is, which is wild. Guess what that is? Vinegar. Vinegar makes your blood thick if you're blood type A. First of all, vinegar is made from corn. And corn stops the body from making insulin. Okay? Vinegar is in every condiment in your house. Your ketchup, your mustard, your mayonnaise, all of your salad dressings, your barbecue sauce, your hot sauce, your pickles, your relish, your olives. So your condiments are making your blood thick. You could be getting blood clots from your ketchup. What else makes your blood thick? Oranges and orange juice. And it's always blood type A's out here trying to be fruitarians. And y'all be sitting around eating cuties and tangerines and tangelos and oranges, and you juicing a bunch of oranges and shit, not realizing that you got blood clots now because you like to drink orange juice. What else makes your blood thick? Dairy foods. Y'all can't handle milk. Y'all can't handle cheese. Y'all can't handle Greek yogurt. Y'all can't handle none of that. Makes your blood thick. What else? Distilled liquor. You know how everybody used to go around talking about how liquor makes your blood thin? It doesn't. It doesn't. It makes it thick if you're blood type A. Distilled liquor is bad for everybody. Liquor is literally one of the most dangerous things we can ever put in our body. Like, honestly. I was watching The Gilded Age on HBO, and they were talking about prohibition and they need to outlaw liquor. They should have a long time ago. Because new research reports came out saying that liquor is directly related to cancer. You have to understand, liquor is made from things that turn into sugar in your body. It's either made from wheat or corn or agave or potatoes. All of those things turn into sugar in your body. Cancer feeds on sugar. Every disease feeds on something in your body. Okay? And it doesn't help that the meds that the doctors give you literally keep your disease alive and thriving. Because how can anything that's based in petroleum help your body to heal? That's like you eating a teaspoon of Vaseline every day. You think you consuming a teaspoon of Vaseline every day is going to promote healing in your body? That's about how much petroleum you're getting in your body every day if you're on multiple prescription drugs. You have a breast cancer diagnosis. That's unfortunate. What are you going to do about it? I hope you don't let these people give you a biopsy or anything. The worst thing you can do is let somebody stick a big old needle in a tumor and let them just pop it. Now the cancer cells just spreading all over the place. Hey, Joel. Surgery. If I had a lump in my boob, it would just be there. It would just be there. Like, what made, let me just ask. I mean, I hate to be all up in your business, but you put it out there. Okay. Did you go in because you had a lump in your breast, or did they tell you that you had a lump in your breast? So you had the biopsy. Do y'all understand that, you know, the body has a way of trapping these cells. That's what a tumor is. The tumor literally traps the cancerous cells in one place. Screenings. The tumor traps the cells in this one place to keep it from spreading throughout your body. When you go and get a biopsy, it's like popping a balloon that was holding all the cancerous cells in this one place. So now they're free to go over and getting your cells and getting your blood and attack another organ. It was trapped. I wish you all the best. I know you're going to recover. Okay. But I am just a person that does not believe in getting biopsies and exposing your breast to radiation, because what is that going to do but create tumors? So no, I'm not getting, I have never put my titties in front of a microwave, and I will not. Absolutely not. And I don't think anybody should. Hey, how you doing? I think it's one of the biggest scams on the planet. Women have been on this planet for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. When did they start getting breast cancer? When you started getting breast cancer screenings. When did people start getting skin cancer? When you started wearing, what's that shit? What is that shit y'all be slathering on yourselves? Sunscreen. Nobody has skin cancer. People been living out in the sun for thousands of years. Why all of a sudden is the sun giving you cancer? Because in the 60s, they introduced sunscreen. So now you're just slathering a bunch of chemicals all on your body. Anything that you put on your skin goes directly into your blood. It only takes a few seconds for anything that you put on your skin to be absorbed into your bloodstream. That's why I don't put lotions and shit on my skin. I will put some oil on my skin. I use amla oil when I get out of the shower, or I use olive oil or apricot oil. I only use the oils on my body that's on my beneficial list, because it's going directly into your bloodstream. And no, I don't wear cheap lipsticks from the hair supply store, but that's the only makeup that I wear. Okay. Yes, I wear wigs, but I also wear a ball cap, so nothing's on my scalp. Exactly. The sun disinfects. It does everything. But they've made us afraid of the sun, and now everybody's got vitamin D issues. Wasn't nobody lacking in vitamin D when people were outside. Take your ass outside for 10 minutes a day. They have convinced us The mammogram saved you. Well, if that's what you think, ma'am, good luck. Okay? I believe something else. You are more than welcome to believe what you believe. I truly believe something else. I mean, it's literally, to me, the chicken and the egg. Which one came first? The mammogram or the tumor? Okay? If you're going every year and subjecting your breast to an astronomical amount of radiation, eventually you're going to have a freaking tumor. So, anywho, as a blood type A, let's talk about this bad bacteria in your gut. It would have gone undetected. That's what you believe. That's what you believe. What were your symptoms, ma'am? I'm just curious. You didn't have no symptoms because you said it was found in a screening. What do you think they're going to find in a screening? And that's where your tumor came from. You think a tumor grows overnight? You think a tumor grows overnight? I'm not here to go back and forth with you about it. You believe what you want to believe. I believe contrary to what you believe, and we'll agree to disagree. Okay? You've got your little surgery scheduled. I wish you all the best. I expect to see you back here 100%. If it wasn't a tumor, what you getting surgery for? What are you getting surgery for, ma'am? If you don't have a tumor, what are you getting surgery for? You felt a pain and you had a mammogram. So what are you getting surgery for? If it's not a tumor, what's the surgery going to do? I'm confused. Why are they opening you up? Sounds like a trap. If you don't have a tumor, what is the surgery going to do? I will never let anybody cut me open again, ever. I don't give a shit what's going on. This is the one gonna take me out. I do not care, because my recovery from dealing with doctors was worse than me just suffering through. I'm not letting nobody cut on me ever. So that's not a tumor, ma'am? A ductal carcinoma is not a tumor? It's a it is a non-invasive early form of breast cancer where abnormal cells develop in the lining of the breast ducts but haven't spread to surrounding tissue. It is also known as intraductal carcinoma or stage O breast cancer. DCIS is non-lethal because the cells remain in their normal location. However, it's a precursor to invasive breast cancers, which can be fatal. So there's no other recourse for you besides this surgery? About 1 in 5 new breast cancers will be ductal carcinoma. Nearly all women with this early stage of breast cancer can be cured. DCIS is also called intraductal carcinoma or stage O breast cancer. So cured how? Cured from what? How are you supposed to be cured? Are you going to have a mastectomy? You gonna let these people take your boob? I'm a very cynical person when it comes to doctors diagnosing anything. Okay? Good. Do not let them take your boob. But I'm a very cynical person when it comes to surgeons selling surgery. All of these doctors are in cahoots together. Okay? They are going to pack. When you got in good insurance, they're going to pass your ass around to all their friends. Everybody going to make some damn money off of you. I do not believe a doctor ever. I don't care if I ask him what time it is. I ain't going to believe his fucking answer. But that's just me. If you believe and you trust, I wish you all the best. I hope that you come back here and say everything is a success and I don't have no residual nothing. That's what I'm going to send to you. I hope that you come back here feeling your best. Okay? But I also hope that you change what you are eating. Because if you don't believe that this happened from you going and getting screenings or whatever, then it came from your food, right? Where else would it come from? Do you live next door to a nuclear power plant? Where else would this have come from? So, listen, how are you creating all of this bad bacteria in your gut as a blood type A? Okay. This is what y'all need to understand as a blood type A. This bad bacteria will take y'all out because there are certain cancers that come from bad bacteria in your gut. Okay. Colon cancer, stomach cancer. Blood type A has more stomach cancer than all the other blood types. Okay. The number one thing that's creating this overgrowth of bad bacteria in your gut is potatoes. Blood type A can never, ever, ever eat potatoes. You are really so aggressive for no reason and not spitting facts. Ma'am, I wasn't aggressive with you at all. Maybe you're sensitive. You think maybe you're sensitive? You think maybe you're sensitive? I didn't curse at you. I didn't yell at you. I didn't call you out your name. So what was I aggressive about? Specifically, what am I aggressive about? That's your titty. You can do whatever you want to do with it. And I said that to you 3 times. Yeah, you are sensitive. Because if you don't know me, you don't know what aggression looks like. This is not aggression. You're emotional and you're sensitive. You're the one that came in and spit your personal information on the live. And now you're sitting back upset. Why did you tell us about your breast cancer diagnosis? If you didn't want all of this attention, why did you say it? You obviously wanted some attention. What did you want us all to do? Pray for you? Did you come here thinking this was a prayer circle? If I don't want somebody knowing anything about me, I wouldn't tell them. You are upset. You are upset. It'd be easier for you to just accept that you're upset. Maybe you should go take a nap. Because there's no use you allowing me to rile you up. It's not going to help your health. So maybe you should go take a nap. I'm just me, ma'am, and you're pissed about it. You're pissed at me because I didn't respond the way you wanted me to. I'm the same person 24/7. Bye. Take care. I wish you all the best. I don't know how much more I can do. Y'all so crazy. Y'all some crazy motherfuckers. Y'all out here telling everybody your personal HIPAA business on a live. Why are you out here spreading your medical history on a live? That's crazy. You're embarrassed by me. You told us about your breast cancer diagnosis. Why did you even say anything? Well, how was I supposed to know? Am I Miss Cleo? Still here, trying to win a debate. For what? There's nothing to debate about. You told us about your titties, that you're having surgery, what it is, and it is what it is. I flat out told you, you believe one thing and I believe another one. Facts are just strong opinions, ma'am. You have a strong opinion and so do I. Go have a fantastic evening. I am helping people. I just can't help you because you have signed on to allopathic medicine. There's always one that gets upset. You started this whole thing. You could have just came in here and kept your fucking mouth shut, but you didn't. I have breast cancer. Did nobody ask you that? So again, good night. We can have a block party right now. She can go take her little ass somewhere else. Block. I'm not going back and forth with that. That's silly. Stop telling people your personal business if you do not want to be judged. That's why I tell y'all about Facebook all the time. People go on Facebook and tell you all of their personal business, the same things that HIPAA laws were made for, and then you get mad when someone speaks on it. Keep your business, your personal medical business to yourself if you don't want somebody speaking on it. Why are you on the live? If you don't believe that you can be healed through food, why are you here? Okay? Those doctors are, I've said this from the beginning, those doctors are going to sell you something. You're going to leave here with something. You going in and getting these screenings and this, that, and the other, all these routine tests, they're going to find something. That's like taking your car into the mechanic and telling them, just look and see if anything's wrong with it. They're going to find something wrong with it. I've already blocked her. You ain't got to worry about it. They're going to find something wrong with it. But trust and believe, I am not even the same person I was on TikTok. So again, this is not aggressive. I've wished you the best 4 times already. Like, aggressive how? There are just people that want you to agree with them no matter what it is. I have my opinion. You have your opinion. You're going to do what you believe is best for you. That's none of my business. It's not going to keep me awake at night thinking about that woman's ductal carcinoma. Okay? I can only help who wants to be helped. She didn't. The doctors are going to help her. So listen, as a blood type A, y'all cannot have no potatoes. There is no good potato. Okay? There's no such thing as a healthy potato. Plus, another reason that potatoes take your kidneys out is because they are loaded with potassium. Okay? Why is your blood pressure high? Why do you have all of these different ailments, the alopecia, the endometriosis, the IBS, and all this, that, and the other? Potatoes. What else? Black pepper, navy beans, kidney beans, lima beans, all them beans. And as a blood type A, all these people have been telling y'all, oh, you need to eat vegan and vegetarian. I know I've helped several people. There's always going to be one person that has never tried eating for the blood type that's going to come here and disparage it. We don't have people coming here that have eaten for their blood type for 7 straight days that come here and say anything negative. Have we? Whenever we hear something negative about this, it's from somebody that's never done it. That's how you know. Okay? That's how you know it works. And every last one of y'all came here in disbelief. Okay? I've been doing this for 3.5 years, damn near. And y'all all didn't believe this information from the beginning. You're like, fuck it, what I got to lose? And then you tried it and you felt better in the first 48 hours. And you're like, well, let me keep going and see what happens. That was even me. I didn't believe it. But anybody that's done it for at least 3 days, you feel a little bit different. So you can't help everybody. And that's something I don't even wrestle with that. I've learned that from sales my entire life. There are just some people, and y'all see it in your own families. There are just some people you cannot help. Don't feel bad about it. Just plant your little seed. All I can hope for that lady is that after she has whatever this surgery is, that she eats for her blood type. That's it. That's all I can hope. Okay? And all we have to do is plant the seed, because they'll get sick enough. Because that's usually what it takes, is for somebody to get super sick and don't want to deal with doctors. And then they'll say, I remember hearing about eating for my blood type. I wonder if that works. Okay? Everybody ain't going to come to Jesus at the same time. And I accept that. I just accept that I'm here to plant seeds, and that's it. Okay? So another thing that you guys cannot have as blood type A's and O's is whey protein. So if you are drinking protein shakes, please make sure they are plant protein and not whey protein. Okay? So how do we turn this around? Let's talk to the A's for a minute. A's, listen, I know you guys have heard a lot of things about soy, and soy raises your estrogen. Soy is literally super, super, super beneficial to blood type A and blood type AB. Okay? Tofu, tempeh, edamame, texturized vegetable protein. The reason that it's so beneficial to you, number one, is it's made from plants. It's made from soybeans. Okay? You don't need a bunch of stomach acid to break down something that's super high in protein. Is the new mushroom supplement a whey product? Which one? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the matcha? Are you talking about the matcha tea? No, there's no whey in that. It's not it doesn't have any creamer or anything in it. If that's what you're talking about. Did y'all know that I have mushroom matcha? Freaking love it. Nothing can make matcha better than if it's made with mushrooms too. Yeah, no, that the foam is cream, because I can have that. The foam is cream. I don't know if you guys can you make foam out of goat milk? Can you just blend it up with your little What other milk can y'all have? I also sometimes make it with my soy milk, but I like it with some half and half or regular heavy cream. It first came across me right after your stay in the mental hospital. Definitely. Jordy had to do that little stay once when he was drinking all heavy. That straightened his ass right out. Goat milk will be fine. It doesn't froth up. Damn. I'm trying to think of what y'all could have that will froth up in the matcha. I don't know. So hold on. Let's talk about this soy for a second. Tofu is going to change everything for you. If you're a man, please don't worry about that. Okay. Another extra added benefit for blood type A's and ABs with soy is the soy will help you if you have a bunch of female issues. Like if you're dealing with PCOS and fibroids and all those things, it actually helps to bring down your estrogen levels. Okay. Because a lot of female issues come from having high estrogen. So if you are a blood type O and a blood type B, you can never have soy because it will trigger your body to make more estrogen. But in a blood type A, which is the complete opposite of O, it does the opposite thing. Highly beneficial, super high in protein, a complete protein just like beef, which means it has all those minerals, all those nutrients that your body so desperately needs. Remember, at the root of your problems as a blood type A, it's lack of protein. Okay. Also, you guys benefit from 25 different fish, 3 different types of salmon, sardines, halibut, red snapper. Like between tofu and fish, y'all should have no problems. Okay. So the rest of your life should be pescatarian. If somebody asks you what you are, I'm pescatarian. Okay. Also, what's going to thin out your blood naturally? Water. Just you increasing your water levels will help to thin out your blood. But you adding some lemon to your water takes your water to a whole other level. Okay. So your doctor is always going to try to put you on a blood thinner, but all you need really is to start your day every day with some lemon water. I like to drink mine warm. So I usually make some warm lemon water every morning, but also pineapple juice or pineapple, blueberries, blackberries, green tea will also thin out your blood. Because remember, you guys are blood clot prone. Okay. Y'all are prone to blood clots because you have that naturally thick blood. Also, olive oil, flaxseed oil, and walnut oil will thin out your blood. Okay. And what is going to make your gut bacteria super happy as a blood type A? Escarole, dandelion, chard, rapini, which is broccoli rabe, fava beans, prunes, and silver dollar mushrooms. Okay. So if you do not have your food list, please go to brewitbaby.com, download your foods list, get the recipe books too. That way you're never without recipes. Download it into your phone. Only eat the beneficial foods. Watch what happens to your body over the next 7 days. Okay. You're going to lose 7 to 10 pounds of inflammation, but more importantly, you're going to feel better than you have in a very long time. Okay. Where's blood type B? On to the next one. Let's go. We got any B's on the live? I know Joel's a B. Who else on here is a blood type B? Where you at? Where you at? Do you think our foods list will ever need revision in the future? No? I don't think so. I mean, you can tell what needs to be revised by how your body reacts. That's what I would do. I mean, if we all paid attention to how our body reacts after we eat something, we would know what the problem foods are. First thing is if you fall asleep. Okay. I got a son that is a B. I mean, if we all paid attention, if you fall asleep, that's the first no-no. Gas, bloating, inflammation, pain, heartburn, acid reflux, stomach aches. You're like, oh shit, I can't eat that. Hives or any, throat closing up. Oh shit, I can't eat that. Because you'll know how food makes you feel in 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 30 minutes, you know. Okay. So as a blood type B, what y'all deal with is lectin sensitivity. All whole foods have lectins. Lectins are just these little tiny proteins in all whole foods. Well, when we eat, those little proteins interact with our blood. A chemical reaction occurs when that happens. Either that chemical reaction is going to be positive or it's going to be negative. If it is a negative chemical reaction, see you late, see you tomorrow. If it is a negative chemical reaction, it's going to trigger inflammation and mucus production. Because if it's a negative chemical reaction, your body feels like it's being attacked by a virus or a fungi or a toxin or a bad bacteria. It's being, something's trying to get in there to hurt it. So your body's only defense mechanism is inflammation and mucus. Mucus protects the immune system. Inflammation protects the organs. Okay. So blood type B is super sensitive though to the lectins in food. And the symptoms, excuse me, I'm choking on my spit. The symptoms for lectin sensitivity is swollen and painful joints, inflammation, gut issues, skin issues, neurological problems, and hormonal fluctuations. See you tomorrow. Have a good night. So the number one thing that is your problem for blood type B is chicken. I don't care if that chicken is organic or ghetto. I don't care if that chicken grew up in your house next to your kids, or if he grew up on the mean streets of Chicago, it's still chicken. Okay. Today's chickens have been genetically modified to have higher levels of estrogen, so they grow fast. Okay. Today's chickens only take 42 days to grow from this to 6 pounds. 42 days. Now, back in the day, it would take about 3-4 months for a chicken to grow to 2.5 pounds. But now it only takes 42 days to grow to 6.5 pounds. So when y'all think of GMO foods, the number one thing that's genetically modified is chicken. See you later. Okay. And that's a big problem because estrogen is at the root of a lot of diseases. Estrogen feeds autoimmune diseases. So when you are blood type B and blood type AB, when you're eating chicken, the lectin in the meat of the chicken attacks our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to clump together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, DVTs, autoimmune diseases, and strokes. Chicken is not beneficial to not one blood type. And if chicken was so fantastic, how come it doesn't benefit anybody? Chicken was literally killing me. Like, I was on my deathbed. I was having conversations with God. Like, I'm ready to go. Like, this is some bullshit. I am in pain from head to toe. I am inflamed. My ankles are swollen like grapefruits. I'm wearing compression socks and Skechers gym shoes. If this is how I'm going to live the rest of my life, I'm ready to go now. And God was like, you need to be eating according to your blood type. That's how God talks to me. I don't know how he talks to y'all. And I was like, yo, that's crazy, because I remember that book. And I read it back in 92 when it came out, but I never put any action behind it. I thought it was an interesting concept. So I ordered the book off of Amazon and started the next day. And 2-3 days later, I felt so much better. I had lost 6 pounds of inflammation. I was able to get up out of the bed. I was able to move. I was able to get on my treadmill. And I just kept going. So I'm 3 years in. And I will never go back to eating chicken. I have not had chicken in over 3 years. I don't even know what it tastes like. I don't know what it smells like. I don't, it's not a part of my life anymore. My son is also blood type B. He was having a lot of chicken related issues. His skin was always just full of acne. Acne comes also from bad bacteria in your gut, but also high estrogen, man boobs, weight he couldn't get rid of. Chicken. Okay. So if you are eating chicken right now, you need to stop. Now, on the autoimmune diseases, 50 million people have at least one autoimmune disease. 80% of those people are women. 80% of the people that have autoimmune diseases in America are women. Lupus, MS, diabetes, your thyroid, hyperthyroidism, all of that stuff is an autoimmune. We have over 100 different autoimmune diseases. How do you think you develop them? Black women have more lupus than everybody. Black women have more MS than everybody. Black people have more diabetes than everybody. Another interesting fact, 71% of African Americans are supposed to be eating red meat. The other 29% ain't supposed to be eating no meat at all. And African Americans consume more meat than everybody else in the country, but we're eating chicken and pork. This is why we're at the top of all the illness lists. Look at Hispanics. Did y'all know that 50% of Hispanics are diabetic? Can you show them his picture that he lost weight? He lost 60 pounds in 6 months. Let me see if I can find, because you know, they changed all of the pictures and stuff. Oh, here we go. That's what he was looking like before he stopped eating chicken. That wasn't his heaviest. I'm going to show you his heaviest. Oh, hold on. Let me show y'all too. This is before he stopped eating chicken. Let me show you his heaviest. Whew. Let me see if I have. Oh, here it is. Ooh. Oh, also his hair wouldn't grow. His beard wouldn't connect. Yeah. Hair wouldn't grow, beard wouldn't connect, and this was his skin. Look at that. So once he started eating for his blood type, let me see if I can find, here we go. Wasn't taking any products or drinking anything, wasn't working out, it just fell off. All the inflammation went away. Hair started growing like weeds. When I saw that on your old TikTok, it blew my mind. And look at you, it motivated you. Let me show you his skin. Hold on. Look at that. Beard started growing in. It wasn't all spotty. Yep. So another thing that you guys cannot eat, and this, I've said this before, this is for all blood types, corn. No one can have corn, and corn isn't everything. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup. What was that other stuff that was in that Chick-fil-A sauce? Some corn vinegar, apple corn vinegar. The hell is apple corn vinegar? So white distilled vinegar is made from corn. The majority of liquors on the market are made from corn. Thank you. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil. All of that stuff is made from corn. When you consume corn, it stops the body from making insulin. And you need insulin in order to balance your blood pressure. Isn't it interesting how no doctors was telling us about how important insulin was to our blood pressure? Y'all think that's interesting? All they could do was tell you to stop eating salt. Do you know that when you stop eating salt, it raises your blood pressure? The body can't survive without sodium. So for the doctor to tell you to stop eating sodium, he knows it's going to keep your blood pressure high. So you're going to have to come back and get refill after refill after refill. The other things that you cannot eat as a blood type B is wheat. Let me remind you of the 4 things that happen when you consume wheat. Inflammation, mineral deficiencies, slowing down of your metabolism, converting your happy hormones to anger and aggression, sadness and depression. Ain't no sandwich worth none of that. Ain't no pasta worth none of that. Ain't no pizza worth none of that. That's the first thing they give you at the hospital. Exactly. The ambulance, as soon as the ambulance come, they hooking your butt up to some sodium. You get 9,000 milligrams of sodium. They putting you on a saline drip. If sodium was so bad for you, why is that the first thing they hook you up to when you go to the hospital? And you stay on it the whole time you in there. So why are they telling you not to eat no salt? That's what's frustrating me now, that I'm back with them not telling me about anything. We're going to get you out of there, Shivani. You're going to survive this. This ain't nothing but a test. This ain't nothing but a test, ma'am. And I know you be in there acting the fool, too. Shivani ain't going to take this shit laying down. I know they hate to see you coming. Shit. Here she come again. Girl, you gonna be just fine. Okay? You also cannot have no soy. Blood type O and blood type B cannot ever have soy. Okay? Because it is going to make your body increase your estrogen levels. She's gonna be just fine. Okay? So the other things that are giving you lectin sensitivity is also amaranth, rye, buckwheat. So chicken, corn, buckwheat, wheat, sesame, amaranth, soy, and rye. They're going to give you inflammation, neurological problems, hormonal fluctuations, bad gut health, bad skin, all of that. Okay? Also, another thing of concern when it comes to your estrogen levels is your liver function. If your liver is not functioning the way it's supposed to, it's going to raise your estrogen levels. because your liver cycles out excessive estrogen. Okay. I was going through some liver stuff, but I started taking my liver and kidney supplement, and it worked. I felt like my liver was enlarged, and I don't know if that came from the peanuts or if it came from acetaminophen, because, you know, when you're going through menopause, you have these aches and these pains, and I wasn't thinking anything about popping Tylenol to take away these body aches and shit that I was having. You know, Tylenol will take your liver out. And I felt like I kept having this pain, and I'm like, what is this pain? Liver. So I immediately stopped taking Tylenol, because I found out, do y'all know that taking 2 Tylenol is like drinking a 6-pack of beer? Taking Tylenol is like drinking a 6-pack of beer for your liver. They tell y'all to give Tylenol to your kids. How many times have y'all given Tylenol to your kid when they have a fever? How many times? Why is Tylenol still on the market? Why is Tylenol still on the market? Tylenol is in your NyQuil. Tylenol is acetaminophen. So anytime you see acetaminophen, it's going to mess with your liver. Do not take it. So what foods are messing up your liver function as a blood type B? Lentils, black beans, black-eyed peas, mung beans, artichokes, and aloe. These beans are dangerous. I know that these people made y'all believe that you're supposed to be getting protein from these beans. First of all, a lot of beans are very high in saturated fats. Very. Chickpeas. Did y'all ever look and see how much fat is in chickpeas? Go look. Okay. They're very high in saturated fats, but they are loaded with lectins. And those lectins are going to trigger inflammation and an overproduction of mucus in your body. Okay. So nobody benefits from a bunch of beans. Nobody. I can't have beans at no beans as a blood type AB. What is this? There's something very special about the gut of blood type B. There's a particular strain of bacteria that we all have called alpha glucosidase. Okay. Alpha glucosidase is a bacteria that breaks down digestive resistant starches, turns them into sugar, and then stores them as fat in your body. Well, blood type B has an overabundance of that particular strain. Okay. Weirdly enough, what they're testing you for when you go and get a diabetes test is your alpha glucosidase levels in your gut. And even some of the most popular diabetes drugs are considered alpha glucosidase inhibiting drugs. So it is literally that strain of bacteria that could be making you diabetic. Blood type B has the highest population of diabetics in the world. I suspect it has a lot to do with you being a hyper assimilator. That means where other people's guts don't break down, let's say corn. You know how when you eat corn and you look back in the toilet and you can still see the whole kernel of corn? Corn is considered a digestive resistant starch. Well, it gets broken down in blood type B's body because of alpha glucosidase. So, what are the foods that create an overabundance of alpha glucosidase bacteria? Peanuts, tomatoes, soy, cashews, corn, corn starch, black pepper, poppy seeds, pinto beans, maltodextrin, and rhubarb. Again, who's eating rhubarb? You never would see it and would never eat it. Alpha glucosidase is crazy. So what is making your gut bacteria mad? Sorghum, peanuts, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, and acacia. If you look at a lot of processed foods, you'll see acacia, guar gum, sorghum, maltodextrin. Okay. So how do we turn this around for blood type B? What is the number one thing you should be eating as a blood type B? What's the number one thing you should be eating as a blood type B? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lamb. Y'all slow. Y'all be typing slow. Lamb. Lamb, 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 lamb. Blood type B is the other red meat eating blood type. Okay? Y'all benefit from all the other red meats except beef. So lamb, goat, venison, mutton, deer, rabbit. Okay? Also, y'all benefit from lots of fish. So halibut, red snapper, trout. Y'all benefit from trout? No, cod, mackerel, sardines. If you benefit from sardines, I cannot recommend sardines enough. If you benefit from sardines, y'all need to be eating sardines for breakfast. Okay. Salmon, a lot of all three of the salmons, the most popular ones y'all benefit from. Okay. I always say blood type B is the most balanced of all the blood types because y'all can have a little bit of everything. Okay. What is going to block that lectin sensitivity, that swollen and painful joints and the skin issues and the gut issues and all those things? Then pierogies are posting. Are they called porgies? Where did you get that fish? I need to look at my list and see if I can have it. Where's my list? You know what my favorite fish is, and I haven't had it since I came back from Nigeria, is croaker fish. Croaker fish is my favorite fish on the planet. And I have not had it in years. But I was eating all of that over in Nigeria. I haven't even seen any croaker fish over here. So I don't even know if they sell it over here. But I don't think I benefit from croaker either. You just had some last week. Where do you live? Do you live on the West Coast? It's hard to find. They probably would have it at the Asian market, though. They probably would have it at the Asian market. They used to make, I used to get barbecued down south. Damn it. Everything's down south. They used to have barbecued croaker fish. New York. Crap. I'm in Vegas. They would make barbecue. They wrap it up in foil and they put the pepper sauce on it with the tomatoes and the hot Scotch bonnet peppers and onions, and just put all of that on top and put it on a barbecue grill. Oh, head on, everything. Just this big. You're in South Carolina, but you live in New York now? I'm from South Carolina. The South. I'll just have to stick with what I can find. So guess what? Blood type B benefits from certain cultured dairy. Y'all benefit from sour cream, Greek yogurt, ricotta cheese, kefir, cottage cheese, mozzarella, farmer's cheese, feta cheese, and paneer. The reason that you guys benefit, the technical reason that blood type B and blood type AB benefits from dairy, cultured dairy, is because cultured dairy acts like probiotics and prebiotics in our gut, but also the sugar that's on our red blood cells is the same sugar in cow's milk. Remember, antigens are just little sugars on the outside of our red blood cells. Okay? The B antigen is the same sugar. It's called galactose. Get it? Lactose is sugar. The technical name for lactose is galactose. So the sugar that's in cow's milk, the technical name is galactose. And that's the same sugar that's on our red blood cells. This is why we can have cultured cow's milk, cultured dairy products. Okay? There's a big difference between pasteurized dairy and cultured dairy. Pasteurized means they just took all the nutrition out and just left the sugar. Okay? So what is going to blunt that hyperassimilator tendency? That alpha glucosidase bacteria? Mushrooms, silver dollar, enoki and maitake, whey protein shakes, blueberries, Brussels sprouts, blackberries, and grapes. So if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, what about goat's milk for peas? For who, what now? Goat's milk for who? O's? O's can have goat milk. Yeah. You can have goat milk, sheep cheese. You just can't have cow's dairy. You can have goat milk. Even better. I sent my niece goat milk for her baby, who's a blood type B. Instead of, most of the baby formula is soy based, and blood type B and blood type O cannot have soy. So yes, goat's milk. Do you have a kid that's a blood type B? I wish I had known this. I mean, luckily Jordan could have regular milk. That wasn't an issue, but that's soy-based formula tore him up. Like, he always had ear infections, always had a cold, had to have his tonsils taken out when he was 3. If I had known, he would never have been on baby formula. So what is going to make your gut bacteria super happy? Good night. See you tomorrow. Brewer's yeast, molasses, and cabbage. Okay. Get into kimchi. Get into coleslaw. Get into... So funny because Jordan hates coleslaw. Coleslaw is one of my favorite things, and he hates it. He calls me a white woman. Every time he sees me eating some damn coleslaw, he's like, "You're such a white woman." So that's it for blood type B. Please go and get your foods list. You finally found some shredded Parmesan with only milk and coffee. Fantastic. What brand was that? What brand was that? Because I got some. I got some that was just milk and cultures. But I also have a block of Parmesan, so it didn't have any of the potato starch and all that stuff. Where is blood type AB? I know we had some on the live. I don't know if they're still here with us. If you don't have your foods list, make sure you go to brewitbaby.com and get your foods list. Also, all of the products are 25% off right now. So on a $39 product, you're saving $9.99. Kraft? What? Mine wasn't Kraft. Mine was some other brand. I think I got it from Costco, but I made sure it didn't have any of that other stuff. Do we have any ABs? Oh, you're an AB negative? Come on, Myra. This is me. This is for me and you. I love it. Let me tell you something. When I lived in Nigeria, first of all, lettuce is not indigenous to Nigeria. So when I was in ShopRite in the grocery store, I was looking at their salads, and all of their salad bases were cabbage. And I was like, that's interesting. And I got one and freaking fell in love. Okay. So just like we would put tomato and lettuce and tomato and onion and all that stuff on our salad, their lettuce was cabbage. And I fell in love with it because your salad stays crunchy till the end. And secondly, they would have a salad that was just cabbage and egg, and they call it salad spread or salad dressing. but it was like mayonnaise. But the mayonnaise was such an eggy flavor. And it was just cabbage and egg and this mayonnaise. And when I tell you it was the best, to this day, I still make it. I'll just cut up some cabbage, put a couple of boiled eggs on it. Because, you know, AB benefits from eggs. So I know y'all be jealous. I tried kefir once. I did not like it. It reminded me of buttermilk. I didn't try the flavored one. I know I've seen blueberry flavor and strawberry flavor. It didn't work for me. So as a blood type AB, we are a hybrid blood type. Okay. We are both A and B, and we have both of those antigens on our red blood cells. So we can identify with A and B, but we are also very unique. Okay. So what we deal with, it stinks, but it's good. I'll have to try it. It just reminds me, I took one sip and I was like, this reminds me of buttermilk. And my grandma used to drink buttermilk all the time. And I didn't like the smell of it or the taste of it. What we deal with is lectin sensitivity like blood type B, and overgrowth of bad bacteria like blood type A, but also we have cell signaling issues and stress. Okay, certain foods will stress out our immune system. Stress is just something that's very prevalent. I mean, because when you think about it, we have both blood types that have cortisol in their bloodstream all day, every day. Blood type A has cortisol in their bloodstream, and blood type B. Their fight or flight is set up that way. Now, what's weird about that is even though we are both A and B, the way that we respond to stress is very much like blood type O. Okay? Blood type O doesn't stay stressed out all the time, but they have a very intense reaction to stress. Okay? We have a very intense reaction to stress. So the foods that are a problem for us, again, chicken, number one thing. Okay? When we consume the meat of a chicken, the lectins in that chicken will attack our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to fuse together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune diseases, and stroke. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll fight. We'll go from 0 to 60. That's why when that lady said you're being very aggressive, I'm like, sweetie, no, this isn't aggressive. Not to somebody that puts hands on people. This is not aggressive. You gotta stop accusing people of being aggressive because they have a deep voice. Like, I have always been accused of sounding, you just sound so aggressive. This is my voice, and I get it. It may throw you off, but also I've been in sales my entire life. I have an aggressive personality. Y'all could never handle living in Nigeria at all. At all. Because when I went to Nigeria, I felt like I had found my tribe because nobody is offended by anything. Everybody's voice sounds aggressive. So I was just like, well, shit, I fit right in over here. She was getting the calm me. That's what cracks me up. I'm like, I haven't been called aggressive in a long time. I have not been called aggressive in a very long time, ma'am. She definitely would not have been able to take me on TikTok. But she's been on my TikTok before. That lady has been on my lives before. That's what cracks me up. People kill me acting brand new. Y'all know I remember everybody. If I seen you once, I seen you twice. She's been on my lives before. Again, she was sensitive. Okay. It's okay, Ivy. I got you. I got you, girl. So as a blood type AB, we can never have chicken. We also cannot have corn, haddock, flounder, kidney beans, mung beans, chickpeas. I remember that time I tried to go vegan and was eating all them damn chickpeas, and I swelled up, gained 10 pounds in 2 weeks, not knowing I was never supposed to be eating these chickpeas. Also, sesame seeds, sesame, sunflower seeds, lima beans, black beans, fava beans, black-eyed peas, and buckwheat. We are just not the bean people. Okay. What is giving us an overgrowth of bad bacteria? Them damn oranges. I should have known something was wrong with them oranges, because every time I would eat an orange or drink some orange juice, I would have the world's worst heartburn and acid reflux. And every time I got sick, I would still go get a big old gallon of orange juice like an idiot. We also cannot have no camembert cheese, bananas, distilled liquor, dextrose, sucrose, fructose. Well, what did you, hold on, somebody said they just made an order and didn't get a discount. Well, what did you order, ma'am? Let me see. What did you order? You didn't order it right. She ordered the 3 books separately instead of getting the bundle. That's why. It's a bundle. Sorry. She got 2. You got 2 recipe books and the foods list. I said if you get the bundle, you get the 3 recipe books, the foods list, and the ebook. Sorry, Miss Linda. So, hold on. I'm A positive and you bought the foods list. Good. Now come back in a week and let us know how you feel. Well, you can come back in 48 hours. Please, please, please go and join the Facebook group, Healed by Blood Type, so you guys can learn how to cook this tofu. Because we always have recipe videos and all of that. What is breadfruit? Did you Google it? What is breadfruit? Where are you seeing breadfruit? Are you sure you're not just reading that together? Hold on now. We also cannot have no dextrose, sucrose, fructose, guar gum, guava, mangoes, carrageenan, cornstarch, sago, azuki beans, radishes, rhubarb, sorghum, and Jerusalem artichokes. Are you referring to sweetbreads, ma'am? Sweetbreads are organs. Are you talking about sweetbreads? Because I don't know what fruit bread is. Breadfruit. Here is what is stressing out and unbalancing our immune system. Sorghum, sucrose, dextrose. Listen, we are not for the sugars. Everything that ends with ose is a sugar. Lactose, fructose, sucrose, dextrose. Blood type AB cannot handle none of that. I know what it is. I'm asking if I can have breadfruit. I don't know what it is, ma'am. Rule of thumb. If it's not on your beneficial list, don't eat it. Now you got me wondering what the fuck breadfruit is. What the breadfruit? Jesus Christ. Are you in the Caribbean or something? Breadfruit. Is this supposed to be like a sour sop? It looks like a sour sop type of thing. When young and starchy, it's often used as a potato substitute. No. While ripe, breadfruit is sweeter and can be used in desserts. It is a starch. No. No, absolutely not. Cut it out. That's a no, Daisy. Breadfruit is a starchy tropical fruit. You're here in America, but you were born in Trinidad. Where do you buy it in America? Where do you buy it? It says it's primarily cultivated in the South Pacific, Southeast Asia, and the Caribbean. It's a large, green, and bumpy fruit that, when cooked, can resemble the texture and taste of bread. Y'all be having some mysterious shit over there, boy. Breadfruit. So it says breadfruit is a versatile food enjoyed in various stages of ripeness and prepared in numerous ways, including baking, boiling, frying, and even grinding into flour. No. You cannot. You cannot. Because I feel like it's close to a potato, and y'all can't have no potatoes as a blood type A. Okay. I think you should stay away from it for now. I mean, it sounds weirdly delicious. I just don't, I've never seen it or tasted it before in my entire life. Let's stay away from it for now, okay? Maybe you can work it back in sometime down the line, but right now let's heal your body from whatever it's going through. All right. So as far as stressing us out and unbalancing our immune system, that acacia, coffee, aspartame, and pork. That is so wild because I used to drink 3 or 4 cups of coffee every day. Yeah, let me know. I mean, I hope you're not addicted to breadfruit. But blood type A's can never have any type of potatoes. So in order to change your gut bacteria from bad to good, I will leave it alone for now. Okay. So what is going to turn our health around as a blood type AB? What's going to block the lectin sensitivity? Yogurt, feta cheese, farmer's cheese, mozzarella cheese. Okay. We, again, benefit from certain cultured dairy products. Those cheeses and dairy products will act like probiotics and prebiotics in our gut. They're very helpful. What is the protein for blood type A? Turkey. We are the only blood type that benefits from turkey. Now, modern day turkey, I don't eat as much turkey as either I used to or that people probably would. Only because turkeys are also high in estrogen, just like chickens are. So I don't really be messing around with it as much as I used to. Like I used to eat turkey breasts all the time. But when I went into menopause and all that other stuff, I was like, let me be real careful about that. We also benefit from cod, eggs, tuna, salmon, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. We're so lucky at Thanksgiving. Did we even make anything for Thanksgiving? We don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So we always have a lamb roast or something. But we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We're not Jehovah's Witness. We just don't celebrate Thanksgiving. If you know what I mean. If you know, you know. What's going to improve our cell signaling? Watermelon. I've been sipping on my watermelon juice all day today. So I blended up some watermelon with my lime juice. I've been sipping on that for the last couple of days. Curry powder, figs, garlic, onions, cranberries, green tea. Exactly. Eggplant, cherries. I ate a bowl of cherries last night. There's not a day that goes by that I don't get at least 5 of these things in. Plums, olive oil. Unfortunately, peanuts, walnuts, walnut oil, and blackberries. I can't mess around with no peanuts. Because peanuts and these nuts be having a bunch of mold in them, and I'm highly allergic to mold. And what is going to make our gut super happy? Mushrooms. silver dollar, portobello, enoki and maitake, miso, cabbage, kefir, amaranth, dandelion greens, watercress, and brewer's yeast. I don't know what Jordy's cooking, but it smells great. It smells lamby. Some sort of lamb thing. I don't know if he's making his chili or what. You're really enjoying plum season? Take advantage of it. Exactly. I enjoy cherry season because I know it's not going to last. So it needs more than the night. But look, guys, we went through all 4 blood types today. Yay! We were not lollygagging around. We were not lollygagging around today. So I'll be back again tomorrow. Make sure I take my ass to sleep. So I'm in a much better mood. I can't wait to roast a lamb. Oh. Come here. What happened? You're proud of me for going to bed? Me too. Because I was up making new logos and all that shit. So again, my main ambition, he's growling at somebody. Fats is always on the job. He is top flight security. So my ambition, and I want to have it done before like September, is to create another stream of income so I can bring the cost of the products way down. Like my goal is to sell these products for like $19.99. But I can't do that unless I create some other way to make money and not have to make it off of products. I want to practically fucking give them away because first of all, the products are so good, but secondly, y'all need them. And I don't want costs to be the problem that's keeping y'all from doing what you need to do to get healthy. So working on that social casino right now. Just got the contract today. Now I got to come up with the money. It'll happen. It'll happen. I ain't going to worry about it. But if I hit y'all up for some money, don't be surprised. I might have to crowdfund this sucker. If I hit y'all up from some money, don't be looking at me sideways. Because if I've helped you change your life, y'all can chip in on this new thing. You really enjoyed looking at my plants? Aren't they amazing? Aren't they amazing? My hope is by October, we can bring the price down to $19.99 for the majority of the products. Okay? I'm working hard. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a fantastic night. Bye. Fats, you want to say goodbye? Oh, come on. You gotta get... Oh, jerk. Okay, either you want to say goodbye or you don't. You can't trust him. Bye, guys. Boop.